Are you obsessed with video game loot? Do you spend more time in the crafting section of an RPG than you do actually playing the goddamn game? Did you max out your RuneScape crafting score? You can tell me, be honest, because I'll tell you one thing, I'm the exact same way. And let me tell you, I know what it feels like to need the adrenaline rush for that next piece of sweet, sweet legendary loot. I have a problem, okay? Fortunately, I also have a solution. If you want to mainline sweet loot directly into your veins, EnnuiGoblin recommends Pixel Blacksmith. Pixel Blacksmith is a crafting and resource management game that has you playing the role of a humble blacksmith whose purpose is to provide the weapons, armors, and consumable items to all sorts of random adventurers, critters, and monsters. I've seen a lot of different games attempt this genre, and some of them are okay, some of them are not so okay. The problem I usually see is that a game will either make it far too simple or take the concept far too advanced and detract away from what really should be the fun part of the game. Pixel Blacksmith manages to avoid these problems, though, and really gives you a very simplified, streamlined, and polished game that keeps me entertained the whole time and lets me enjoy a very quirky send-up of RPG cliches and tropes. The game itself is simple. You have different customers who will come up and ask you for various items that you need to craft and make for them. Each customer has different preferences that you'll learn as you just sell them different items of varying values. And then you'll be able to keep track of which of items got you the most value for each customer as they continue to return. You'll have a variety of different stations at which you can do the crafting for the items. You'll have your furnace where you can cook food or craft different metal bars of various tiers, going from bronze all the way to dragon. And then you'll also have the anvil where you can take those metal bars and craft them into a pretty large variety of items, all of them with different tiers of metals depending on what the customers ask for. There's also a finishing table where you'll take your unfinished crafted metal objects and use silk or all sorts of different cloths to finish them into a completed product that you can then sell to the customers. And there's also a crafting gem table where you can create powders for enchantments, or you can just attach a gem to your weapon and enchant it if the customer asks for it. And then finally, there are books that you can create that will be required later on from your customers for sorts of magic spells that they'll need in their adventures for some reason or another. In order to keep your smith well stocked, you'll have to continually visit the market where you can make purchases of all sorts of various objects in a constantly revolving group of merchants who will sell different items at different times. And there's also the workers board where you can purchase and hire workers who will go out and, depending on what type of equipment you get, will come back with different types of resources. When crafting items, you'll have to place the items onto a queue where you'll wait for those items to be ready after a number of seconds. Each station has different queue times for your items, and the queues do get longer as the items get better, but I never really felt like the times were excessively long like I've seen them in other crafting games. I've never seen any wait time longer than a minute, and it really makes it so that you can continually be doing something else while you're crafting other objects at different stations. And you also get more queue slots as you get an increasing level. The level will also allow you to create more complicated and increasingly higher tier items. As you increase in level and your gold supply gets larger, you'll want to invest some of that gold into the various upgrades that streamline the process of creating items for your customers. The upgrades vary from different bonuses such as the amount of coins you get for sales, the amount of time it takes for your items to be crafted, the number of visitors you can have, the amount of XP you get for completing a customer, the amount of time that your workers get out, and a number of other things. The basic game mechanics by themselves would already make for a fantastic play experience, but this game really starts to open up and take an identity of its own when you take a look at the community quest section. Here you have different tasks that require you to craft random objects within a certain real-time window. The different rewards you get will be based on different tiers depending on how difficult the task was to begin with. These quests, in addition to being fun to try and complete, they're really well written and with such a wry humor that makes you feel like you actually are a blacksmith in some ridiculous Terry Pratchett novel. My personal favorite is this 222 into on 22, where you have to make 222 bars for 2 days for 2 millionaires wearing tutus. Pretty much everything in the game is just about as silly as that, and you see all sorts of send-ups and mocking but respectful tone of all the old RPG cliches that we typically see in some of the more retro RPGs of our past day. There's also a leaderboard where you can stack up and rank your progress against other players in the game, and it's actually worth taking a look at. I actually found myself very surprised at how thriving, friendly, and engaging the online community was for Pixel Blacksmith. Anytime you get stuck or you have a question or you just want to know more or maybe even make a friend, you can go down to the Pixel Blacksmith subreddit and you'll almost immediately get a response. Pile on top of that a developer who's super passionate about his game, consistently making updates to improve it, make balance changes, and add new content, and you have a real winning recipe here. And it's no wonder that the developer was able to take this game and make it something that was more than just a simple little time consumer or a time waster. No, it's a game that people have gotten passionate about and really want to move up and play more frequently, and I can understand why, because it's so well put together. All in all, I found this to be an immensely fun experience. This game was a lot more challenging and enjoyable than I originally anticipated it to be, and it's definitely earned its place among the greats in the genre. The game is currently free. There is an option to go for the premium service, which allows you to gain more golden experience at a quicker rate, and it's only $2. So if you try the game out and you really have as much fun as I did playing it, make sure you support the developer. He's definitely earned it with this hidden gem. Until next time, guys, this is EnnuiGoblin signing out. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch some of my other videos, check out the ongoing Risky Business 2v2 Uniwar tournament. Or, if you want to watch me play an awesome RPG, check out my Tales of Illyria Destinies Let's Play. It's a combination of Oregon Trail and Lord of the Rings.